Grew up in the 80s, and I loved that movie. Hi there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm Denise Plant. Thanks for joining us here on Colorado and Company. Our show first starts with a way to heal your body. This is especially important for any parent who who has a child who has autism. Colorado-based company A Major Difference, also known as AMD, offers an ion cleanse. This form of detox can be beneficial for the entire family. AMD staff says the ion cleanse is healing, safe, and relaxing without harmful side effects. President of A Major Difference, Neil Maroney, is here. He joins us along with Tiffany Jenkins. She's the owner of Pathways Natural Wellness, and Tyler Dahm, a mother of 2 autistic children. Now today, our guests focus on how the Ion Cleanse by AMD is helping children with autism. And it's nice to have you all here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Denise.
Neil, explain a little bit more about Ion Cleanse by AMD.
Sure. So the Ion Cleanse is a total body detoxification system. So how it works is you fill up a tub with warm water and you put your feet in the water along with our machine. There's two steps to this process. So the first thing is we send a very clean filtered current into the water. What that does is helps to elicit a relaxation response in the body. The second piece of this is that same current is performing electrolysis on the water. So it's taking H2O and splitting it up into OH- and H+ ions. So imagine trillions of tiny little magnets in the water. What this is going to do is help to draw out impurities and toxins from the body. So a typical session is going to be 15 to 30 minutes. It's painless, non-invasive, safe to use.
Why is detoxification important?
Yeah, good question. First, let's back up and start talking about why toxicity is such a problem. We believe that we are in the most toxic, polluted environment in our history, and our bodies cannot keep up with the amount of toxicity that they're being bombarded with on a daily basis. So with that, when the body cannot handle the toxic amount that it's confronted with, it starts to store those toxins. And when that happens, it wreaks havoc on the entire body. So your immune system, your digestive system, it can block cellular communication, it can block the uptake of nutrition and minerals to the body. So detoxification, removing the toxicity from the body, is paramount. And especially if you're talking about children with autism, their detox pathways can be compromised. So detoxification for them is even more important.
Tyler, you have a clinic in Arvada where you treat kids with autism, and I understand you also have a child with autism?
I do. Yeah, I have he's 8 years old. His name is Donovan, and we were looking for a way to help him because when he was 3, he was diagnosed with severe autism. He couldn't make eye contact, he couldn't toilet train, he was completely nonverbal. And our special needs pediatrician recommended that we look into detoxification, and she specifically referenced ion detoxification to help him.
My goodness, and then you began researching to find a unit to actually put into your own home. Tell me about that process.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted something that I could use with him at home, and so my top priority when I was researching was safety. And that's when I came across A Major Difference in their unit, the Ion Cleanse. We decided to go ahead and bring it into our home, and we've been using it now for 6 months with really great results.
Is that your little guy right there?
That's Donovan. He's
Very
doing great
cute.
now.
I love that. What a great smile, too. Good
Thank
job,
you.
Mama. And what would be your advice out there if a family's watching and they might have a child or someone in their life that's affected by autism?
The most important thing that I can tell them is don't lose hope. There's so many things now that we're learning about autism and ways that we can help these kids feel better and get better. And, you know, the Ion Cleanse was a great tool for us to use, and I just want them to know that there's lots of resources out there.
And there's a growing community that wants to learn more about how this is helping children. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, one of our moms that uses the Ion Cleanse started a Facebook group. It's called Ion Cleanse by AMD for ASD. There's 1,300 parents in there. They're all sharing their stories about using the Ion Cleanse to help their children heal and get better. So I would invite anybody to check out that group and join us and learn about the conversation that's happening.
Wonderful. And Tiffany, I understand you have 2 boys with autism. Describe a little bit about what you've been through.
So basically we have a 2 and a 4-year-old, and when we first got our diagnosis, my husband and I were in denial. We had a really hard time processing what we had just been told. And for a little over a year, we did therapy after therapy, week after week, you know, multiple times a week, with little to no progress being made. That is until we came across the Ion Cleanse. And we started seeing amazing results from the get-go. And that's why I'm here, is to be that advocate, to tell everybody, you know, there is hope for our kids.
And there you are with your beautiful boy right there. And he's getting the Ion Cleanse right now.
Yes.
Tell me how it's helped your children.
So within the first month, like I told you, we started seeing the results. Prior to using the Ion Cleanse, we had a lot of struggles with our boys at home. They had a hard time, you know, filling out day-to-day tasks. Their attention span was very, very short. We had awful reports daily from school. And after we started, now all that we get are great reports from school, from all of the teachers highlighting their increase in vocabulary, their wanting to be a part of the group, their desire to make friends, and it's just, it's changed our life.
Yeah, I can see you just smiling, overjoyed.
Absolutely.
I mean, every mommy wants their boys or daughters to do well in life, so that's wonderful. How long does it take, Tyler, before kids actually start seeing results?
Well, specifically, my son was 6 months we used the machine, that was it, and he began being fully verbal, he was toilet trained, he started making friends, we were able to go to play dates, all the things that I always imagined that my son may never be able to do, and now we have that with the Ion Cleanse, so I couldn't be more happy.
If someone's already using other therapies for autism, do you suggest that they try this out too, the Ion Cleanse?
Absolutely. This is a great complementary tool that you can use in your wellness protocol. It works with every protocol that we know of out there for kids on the spectrum and any other wellness for that matter, and it really just seems to enhance the experience and the healing that takes place.
Neil, anything else you want our audience to know?
You know, that Facebook group is a huge community of parents sharing their stories, their information. It's the best tool on the planet if you're interested in helping your child with autism.
Mommies talking to other mommies. That's great. And dads, too, I would imagine. That's wonderful. You can join in on the Facebook conversation right now with other mothers of autistic children who are firm believers in the Ion Cleanse by a major difference. All you have to do is search Ion Cleanse by AMD for ASD. Again, the Facebook cleanse that you have to check out is Ion Cleanse by AMD for ASD. That's on Facebook. And let me give that to you one more time so you can write it down. Just search on Facebook, Ion Cleanse by AMD for ASD. To see what other moms of autistic children are saying about a major difference, join the chat. And they paid for today's segment.